Ahoy there and welcome to the Long Goner Tavern for another episode of Drinks Worth Running For. I'm your host, Captain Travis, and today, I'm feeling a little groggy. In 1655, the British took control of the island of Jamaica. With this victory came an abundance of rum plantations all over the island, as well as all the rum that was already made. This boozy windfall started the naval tradition of daily rum rations, a tradition that actually went on for hundreds of years until July 31st, 1970, a day that's now known as Black Tot Day. Black Tot Day. Black Tot? Black Tot? Black Tot Day. Bringing rum on board ships actually saved a lot of space because you wouldn't need as many large barrels of wine and beer that would often just spoil on long journeys anyways. Speaking of beer, it's been a while. Throughout the next century, rum was doled out at about half a pint of overproof per person per day. Fun fact, at the time, overproof actually meant that it burnt hotter than gunpowder. Pew pew. As you could have guessed, issues arose. Accidents, injuries, and malnutrition led to the need for change in daily rations. That change didn't actually happen until the 1740s when Vice Admiral Edward Vernon started to notice that more sailors were dying of disease than they were of war. His idea was a simple one. He would mix the rum rations with water at a ratio of about 4-to-1. So now the sailors would receive the same half a pint of rum, but it would come as 2.5 pints of liquid. They would receive half of it before noon, and then the other half after duties ended to ensure that sailors remained hydrated throughout the day. The problem with this is that fresh water that was stored on ships would often grow algae that, tasted like shit. In order to combat this, sailors would actually buy limes and sugar with their earnings in order to make something that was just palatable, thus creating a cocktail that took over the Caribbean Sea and beyond. Let's get groggy. In your shaker, you're gonna want to do 1.5 ounces of lime juice. And then you're gonna want to do 1 ounce of Demerara simple syrup. And then we're gonna do 2 ounces of Navy strength rum. Navy strength is usually around 114 proof. And then we're gonna do 4 ounces of water. I like liquid death because badass. And then you wanna just do a quick shake because it's already pretty watered down. You don't have to mix a lot of water into it. Strain that into a mug with ice. I mean, traditionally it probably wouldn't have ice, but we're not on a boat. And then just a little bit of mint just to liven it up a bit, I guess. And there we have it, a grog. Oh shit. It's not done yet. I'm out of practice. Also, wood's hard to drink out of. All right. It's good. Going simple with it just being sugar, lime, and rum, it really lets the rum stand out, especially using an overproof. The Demerara sugar, it gives you a really rich, flavored sugar, and then you have the acid from the lime to just level it all out, so it actually works out really well. The mint really kind of gives you that aromatic on your nose when you're drinking it, which kind of just lightens it up a bit. It's kind of fun. Mint's nice. I think it's pretty good. On to the next one. Fun fact, the name Grog actually comes from the nickname Old Grog, which was given to Admiral Vernon throughout the years because he wore a jacket made of thick grog rum material. Since the 1740s though, the word grog has kind of become synonymous with the word booze. Grog as a cocktail has also taken on a lot of different versions since its conception. In some parts of the world, they use the word grog as a blend of a single spirit and a mixer. In America, we call that a highball. Other parts of the world use the name grog for a hot beverage that's actually just kind of the same ingredients, it's just warm. Add a little nutmeg and some cinnamon and all of a sudden grog becomes something called bumbu, which was actually more popular with pirates in the day, and also people like George Washington, who actually used to offer his supporters a lot of bumbu at his campaign events. Probably the most famous use of the word grog comes from Beach Bum Berry and Trader Vic, who both created tiki staples that were called the Navy Grog. All of this is simply to say that the idea of what grog is has become very muddled in the modern world. So, I want to take the idea of grog and just put my own little spin on it. Let's make a long gunner grog. We're gonna start out with 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Then I'm gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice. I'm gonna do 1/2 ounce of cinnamon simple syrup. I made this with a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to water, just a cane sugar, and then I added some cinnamon sticks, let it sit for a while. I'm gonna go with 1/2 ounce of an allspice dram. This is gonna be Hamilton pimento dram. Then I'm gonna go with 1.5 ounces of Plantation Stickin's Fancy. It's one of my favorite rums. It's a pineapple flavored rum, but they use the rinds of the pineapple, not the actual flesh, I guess. So it's more of an earthy flavor. And then because it's a long gunner, I'm gonna use a 151 proof rum. This one's gonna be False Idol from Hamilton. It's a great blend of West Indies rums, some Jamaican involved, so you know. And then we're gonna do 2 ounces of fancy ass water. No, we're not. Liquid Death. Again, we're gonna shake that, but not too much because there's already water in the drink. We don't wanna dilute it too much. We're gonna strain this into a foam glass. And then how about we just throw in some pineapple fronds and a little lime. And that's the Long Gunner Grog. Oh God. Oh, that's good. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. It's a skull. I like this drink. The pineapple is not overpowering, it's very light. That's why I only use a little bit. You get a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of allspice. You get the dirty notes from, I would say, the fall seasonings, you know, the pumpkin pie seasonings. With drinks like this, you want the rum to shine. So that's what this does. You give it a little bit of water. The water opens up the rum. You don't get a lot of the burn. You don't want a lot of the burn. It's not about that. The water breaks it down. You don't get the burn. The sugar flavors that come from rum really shine through. I really like this. It's very light. It's refreshing. I have 3 of them, and you won't even know what sugar is. Here's to that. So there you have it, a piece of naval history in a cup. And then I made my own version because you and society will never be able to stop me. These are drinks worth running for. drinks worth running for. Find shirts like this and more at Rum Runners Running in dot club. It's dot club, yeah.